I don't know what it was, man, but I can 100% say that I was under demonic oppression.
From the dawn of the spoken word, storytelling has been the backbone of human culture, warning of looming dangers and evoking our most personal fears. What you're about to hear are the real-life experiences of everyday people, brave enough to share their terrifying tales. Tales where the horror hits close to home. I'm your host, Danny. Welcome to the Hometown Horrors Podcast. Listen, if you dare.
The bad part of the supernatural is what we're involved in, is what we're talking about right now. The good part of it, you see people go to church on Sundays and you're like, even though that might not be your thing, you're like, man, those people are weird. But deep down inside, you think they're doing something good. But if you see a bunch of cloaked people going in the woods at night, burning stuff, you're like, damn, those are Satan worshipers. So there's your yin and there's your yang. Because once you start getting close to purity, that's when the negative tries to pull you away. And that segues to Ohio.
So you've been alluding to this Ohio experience, man, this whole time.
Yeah, I think it's about time. Travis and myself were not there.
Is it attached to an episode?
No. There's content, but no.
Your specific experience is not covered.
Because of what happened. Do believe it was original.
It was a
name
Virginia
still.
Paranormal Research Society at this point.
Yeah, so me, Clayton is the only other one that we've talked about. There was 3 other people, and 2 of them had never been anywhere before. Again, like we used to go to a lot of popular places that cost a lot of money. Well, I started to look into smaller places that were cheaper. This place was like $500 for 16 hours. It was a steal, right? It was in Ohio. Prospect Place or Trinway Mansion. It was a mansion, today's standards, just a big house, right?
Yeah.
McMansion.
But this place was built and designed to be a passageway to the north. It's documented to be a part of the Underground Railroad. It was set up to be able to hold slaves, people that were trying to, go to the north, down in the crawl space area. The top of it, that lantern was lit to let the slaves know that it was safe for them to come. And they would seek shelter down in the crawl space till sunrise, and then they would continue forth. Ironically, we didn't know until after the fact, the guy who actually built this house, his dad was pretty wealthy, but he was also a businessman. He built all the railroads around there. He was actually from Fauquier County and moved up to Ohio and built this place for freeing the slaves. This area right here was the ballroom area. It's a very beautiful place. The spirit of Abe Lincoln has been seen there. So the place was abandoned somewhere between like the 60s and the 80s. And apparently the occult took occupancy of this house and performed satanic rituals. I guess somebody bought it, went through the house, and found that in the ballroom area, there was actually some sort of satanic drawing on the wall. And the person who saw it said that they saw like a bunch of demonic entities, but they called it a portal to hell. Every place that we've gone to, there's some sort of tie to like demonic stuff because that's what sells. That's TV, right? So we just went there with the simple fact of we're going to communicate with the property. We're not thinking demons, but this is the only time I've ever brought a Ouija board with me. My buddy Clayton, for some reason, was stuck on wanting to use this Ouija board. He wanted to prod it, which is kind of weird in a way.
It's not in his character?
Not in his character.
Not trying to draw out?
Not like that, no. Mm-hmm. But the weirdest thing is like when we went here, this is the one place that we started doing it television-wise. We wrote a script, like literally, and like each person sat in a room and like read these lines. Like it was really corny. The second we stepped foot into that building, I've never felt anywhere what I felt there. The activity started right away. Footsteps all over. And that was the first time that I ever told everybody, I was like, don't interact with it. It's happening. Just let it happen. Let's let the house breathe, do what it's doing. We're here. Let's just get these interviews done. This place is just heavy. I can't explain it to you. Like you would have to experience it. And everybody's feeling it. So Clayton's focused on the Ouija board and we're like, no, we're not going to do that. And then he's like, what if we put the Ouija board up in the ballroom and we just like leave it in the box and like just put the planchette on top of it and just leave it alone? And I'm like, you're not supposed to leave the planchette on the board. Like, we're not going to do that. Prior to this place, I had bought a camera that I paid like $1,600 for. I didn't let nobody touch it. There's 45 minutes of footage of Clayton by himself in this room, filming the Ouija board with the planchette on top of the board, not moving.
So he is entirely like off script. He's just taking this into
He's by himself. He's holding the camera. Nobody else is in this building. We were always together. Where'd this time come from? It was extremely hot, so we would constantly take breaks and go outside, always together. We're sitting on the front porch, and I'm sitting down at the end of the stairs. Everybody else is on the porch or whatever. And Clayton's like, man, if we can figure out the name of this demon, we can control it. And I'm like, that's movie stuff. Like, we don't know what all is true about this
very
stuff.
out of left field comment.
Extremely. And I think I said something along the lines of like, you're not a priest. Like, that would not do you any good. And he wouldn't stop. Like, he's like over here trying to figure out this name. Like, what if it's this? What if it's that? And I got extremely mad. And I was like, dude, if you don't stop, you're going to have to go sit out in the car or go back to the hotel because you're putting yourself and everybody in jeopardy by constantly bringing this up.
Fuck around, find out.
He's pressing the issue about knowing this demon's name, having control over it for whatever reason. And the whole night, we're not focused on this demon. We heard the story of the portal. And as a matter of fact, the person who took over possession of the property parged over it. Well, I don't even know what the symbol was. So we knew of this, but it was not abnormal for us to hear demonic stuff. Everyone can vouch for that. But he's so focused on this. And there was so much activity going on that night that there was no need to even focus on that. This was the biggest popping place we have ever been. That lantern that's behind you, when we were walking up to put the light up, because we were told, put it up there as a trigger object because the slaves will come. In order for us to get up to that tower, we have to walk through the ballroom. That lantern went out. An oil lantern that's enclosed went out from something blowing on it. Every time we try to go up to the landing. So midway through the whole investigation, Clay's on the porch. He's talking about this demon, getting to know its name, having total control over it. And I look him dead in his face, and I was extremely stern. And I told him, you got to stop, or you're going in the car, you're going to the hotel, because you're putting yourself and everybody at risk because we don't know what we're dealing with. And that's not what we're here to do. Something happened to me. So I don't like saying this, but I don't know what to believe about psychics or mediums, right? Because in this field, everybody's a psychic and a medium, right? And my whole philosophy is prove it. But there's something going on with me. I don't go alone anywhere. I don't like to be the front of the line, and I don't like to be the back of the line because my mind plays tricks on me. That's the way I look at it, right? Because I see shit, and I've been proven right way too many times to just sit there and act like it ain't nothing.
You understand the inherent risk.
Exactly. When I told Clayton, almost immediately after I told him, I was like, you need to stop. I'm at the landing of the stairs. It's like I hear them talking, I hear conversation, and then it just turns into noise. I don't know what's going on. And all I see is the door open up and this entity walks through and it just stands there.
Is it staring at you or did it walk through?
It opened the door, walked through the door, closed the door. It's on the porch. Everybody else is talking. Clayton's over here, or 3 others are over here.
But they're completely drowned out. It's just
they're like, I see them, but like they're just pastel paintings. But the door in this thing, I see clear as day. And I don't know how much time goes by, but this thing is staring at me and it's like it runs right by me. And it's super fast, but it's like I don't know how to explain it, but I see it. And it goes by me and I don't know if it said it or if I just heard it in my head. And it took me a while to be able to tell Clayton this. It said, kill Clayton, snap his neck. And in a split second, I had the most rage and anger come into my body. And immediately I like turned and walked away and it was like complete sadness. I just knew, get away from the building, get as far away from the building as I can. So I walked to the car and I can't explain this any other way, but I'm in my body fighting 2 different things. One is really bad and one is really sad. And I'm over here trying to get it out and I can't. And I'm freaking out because I don't know what to do. I prayed. I asked the Archangel Michael to come and protect me and to get rid of all this stuff. And it didn't work. I was so scared. I didn't think that this was real.
But you're having that emotional tug of war right now.
And like, it's not me, but it's not me. It's something that is inside of me that is like trying to take hold. I'm literally doing everything that I thought to do if something bad were to occur and it's not working. So I literally tell Clayton, I call Clayton over and I'm like, look up scriptures on the Bible on your phone. And I started praying and nothing was helping me. Nothing. I go back into the building probably 20 minutes later and I walk in there and I start yelling, whatever's in here, you cannot oppress me. You cannot go inside of my body. You cannot affect me. You need to leave now. I had another guy there who has severe ADHD, cannot stay still for like a half hour to an hour, somewhere in that time frame. I was down on my knees, felt like I was going to puke, like something was stabbing my stomach. He was on the ground with me. After the fact, when I went outside to take a break, the lady who was with me, who's an older lady, like motherly figure, she was like, are you okay? Are you okay? Like rubbing my leg. She knew something was wrong. She's like, it's okay. It's okay. Like I've got you. Like nothing's going to happen to you. She told me when I was standing there in that tunnel vision, my face changed. My face warped. I know it sounds fucking crazy. Long story short, we leave this place. We get back home. Weird synchronicities start happening. The road that we left out of, the name of the road was the road that I grew up on in a totally different state. My buddy Clayton, who worked at AutoZone in Warrington, was getting packages from this small town in Ohio where this mansion is for a year. For a year, I had nightmares that I was becoming demonically possessed. I never got possessed, but I had dreams that I was going to get possessed. And each dream would be different. Like, for example, I remember one dream very vividly where I was in like this living room and I had this lamp. Just imagine like a bar, and I had a rosary on one of the bars, and the rosary was spinning around. And I ran away to another room and I was becoming possessed. And my wife can even attest to this. I would jump out of my bed in the middle of the night screaming from a dead sleep, screaming because of these nightmares. I'm not even kidding you, for a year. Every dream was different. And I remember the last dream that I had, I literally cycled through every dream that I had with this entity, and I'm running away from it, like through each dream. And finally, I jumped from the last dream I ever had, which I'm pretty sure was that one with the rosary spinning around. And when I jumped into the next one, I was in darkness. And whatever this thing was, it was just circling around me, just mocking me. It wasn't saying anything, but I could feel it. And the way this thing looked, I will never forget. Now this is going to take like a totally different turn, but like I kept noticing churches. I kept noticing crosses, things that I would see daily. There's churches and crosses everywhere, but like I would look at them, like I would double glance them like you would look at an attractive woman, but I saw them every day. And so I told myself, I'm going to stop. I have to stop doing this. If I don't, I feel like this is like premonitions leading up to I'm going to get possessed. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. That's why I tell these guys, like when we go to places, like really be cautious. That's why when we went to the cabin and we were told, pay attention to people's personalities, my heart's thumping. I'm like, I don't want to experience this again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I took a break for like a year and I grounded myself and I got closer to faith, whatever you want to call it. The next place we went to was St. Albans Sanatorium. That's when all of us reconnected again. We had a couple of experiences here and there, but in Ohio is when I opened up to everybody and I told them, I see shit. And they experienced it in Ohio with me. Well, we go to St. Albans Sanatorium and it's me, one of the women who were there, and Dan. And we were in the purple room and there's like a window inside of this room. And I set my camera with my big block light on there, filming us and everything. There's couches in there and we're just asking questions and I'm running the spirit box. They're sitting on the couches and I'm standing up and I look down the hallway. This is the first investigation I've been to since Ohio, about a year later. And I look down the hallway and I'm like, because I'm open about the stuff I see. And I'm like, I see something. And she's like, is it from Ohio? And I was like, no. And she's like, is it bad? And I was like, I think so. I don't know. And you see me just like peeking around the corner. And I'm like, is that you that I see down at the end of the hallway? And the spirit box says clear as day, we see you.
Not just we.
We see you. I had a light grid, which literally sits inside of a tripod. It's like a laser, right? So when it sits on the tripod, it pushes down the button for the laser to go on. It slowly diminished and died.
Was that from a full charge?
From a full charge.
Okay.
It dies. And she's like, did you see that? And I was like, yeah, the light grid just died. And the only way to do that is for literally the batteries to die or for you to pull it out of its tripod. So I'm, like a little apprehensive and I step back a little bit.
And it looks like a figure.
Oh, it's a figure. It's a black shadow. And it pokes around the corner out of a room because there's a hallway and there's 3 rooms on each side and it pokes out of one of the rooms out of nowhere. It starts going down the hallway. My block light on my camera dies. Pitch black in there. I see it and I'm like, is that you I see down the hallway? We see you. Light grid dies. I see it approach. You see me on camera back up like, whoa. After a year of going through what I went through and the apprehensiveness about doing investigations again, I saw at St. Albans was just a shadow figure, but in a sense, it was kind of like, I'm still here.
You're still under the ISL run.
I'm still here. And so that's why like I take investigations extremely serious. I mean, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you believe me. I know what's real. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I've given these guys plenty of examples on when I say something and then something happens, I'm dead serious. Like I'll give a little bit of a spoiler. We went to a place in Ohio, ironically, season 2. The place we went to, we're doing B-roll. I'm getting the interview and everything like that. We go up to the second landing. We did research on this place because we had time, just a little bit. We get there, we're doing the interview, and we get to the second level. Nothing we heard about this place was bad. Nothing demonic, nothing menacing, nothing. Just a typical haunt. We get there, I'm doing the interview, I'm filming, paying attention, doing my job. We get to the second floor. Everybody else is in front of me. The dude I'm filming was on the other end of the room, or the other end of the hallway. I see this thing behind me. What I see is like an old hag. Have you seen The Blair Witch? The most recent one.
The remake?
Where she had extremely long arms and legs.
It gives me fucking chills.
That's what I saw. Just imagine that figure, but in a ball, crawling up these stairs. Tightly compact. Yeah. I saw the face, like an old, really leathery, decaying face. It even had breasts. I saw breasts. I'm filming this dude. This thing comes up behind me, and like I wig out. Like I'm not looking behind me, but I see it behind me. I wig out, and he's down at the end of the hallway. And then what does he say next? Shit about some demonic stuff that's happened in this building. I look over at the other guy who is as sensitive as me, and he's like,
something's here.
What do? We go up to the third floor. What does the guy say about the third floor? There's been reports of people seeing an old hag up here. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And see, like in that moment, I'm doing my job and I don't want to seem crazy and tell people what I'm seeing because I don't know if it's true or not. But then after it happens, then I tell these guys, and it's like, I hope they believe me and stuff like that. But it's like at the end of the day,
that's just so much.
It's not fun, dude. It's not fun. Yeah. And like, this is important and I don't care. Judge me. I don't care. I am who I am.
Well, it might be a good time for me to point out, as a interviewer, I view every single one of you guys as storytellers. I'm not looking at you objectively like, oh, this guy's crazy. It's your story.
Yeah.
And when I analyze it, it's just trying to like line up narrative. I'm not sitting here trying to debate the validity of what you say.
Right.
But when you say that Clayton started acting weird in Ohio, and then whatever this force was specifically tried to get you to prod at Clayton, maybe to stop him from exerting a power over it.
Well, the worst part is he doesn't really remember being assertive about the whole Ouija board. He doesn't remember recording for 45 minutes. And again, that's like lost time, right? Because we were never separated. And, I've dedicated my whole adulthood to the paranormal, right? I quit for a whole year, because I was terrified, man. I was extremely terrified. And like ever since that moment, I've been so apprehensive going forward on every single investigation. But before I did go to St. Albans, I did do a small little thing. And what occurred prior to that is kind of what made me feel more comfortable to continue forward. But yeah, dude, it's no joke, man. It's really not. Like, you need to be extremely careful. And for anyone out there who thinks that they're a professional, there's no such thing. We don't know what it is we're interacting with. So you need to be cautious.
And I think that's why I have the comfortable distance from the paranormal that I do. I interact with the people who have the experiences. I don't necessarily go out looking for them on my own. You never know.
Every time we go somewhere, I come back and stuff happens. And it's like how you said, how it could be in your mind. The more and more
they don't haunt houses, they haunt minds.
Exactly. The more and more you don't give it attention, it'll fade away. So it's like when we go somewhere, we get so charged up and we soak in that energy. When we come home, we take a little bit of it with us. But as long as you don't pay it no mind, it just slowly dissipates.
Yeah. Can I ask, how do you guys dispel the energy from, let's call it a case, when you like go out to film an episode or investigate a phenomena? How do you guys cleanse yourself of it?
Cold Case Western Australia is a new true crime podcast series produced on behalf of the WA Police Force Special Crime Squad. The series examines unsolved homicide cases, some dating back several decades, in the world's largest policing jurisdiction. You'll hear new case details and insights from the investigating detectives and forensic experts. There are now $1 million rewards attached to each unsolved homicide in Western Australia. You can listen to Cold Case Western Australia wherever you get your podcasts, or by visiting the WA Police Force website.
What I would say is that's up to each person. But what I do, and what I know a couple of other people do, is I just basically say to the building, when I leave, thank you for interacting with me, whether it was a negative experience or not.
You have to treat it as you were grateful for the experience.
Exactly. Thank you for interacting with me. Whatever is here, whatever we interacted with, you cannot come home with me. You cannot attach yourself to any of my objects. And I'll use something like a gate if there is one, or the door. And I'll use it as I'll say, when I close this gate or when I close this door, this is closing off that veil between you and me. You have to stay. Now, whether or not that works,
Well, I would say it does, because it's almost like that experience in Ohio. It's a tug of war of wills, and you can't let your will be the one to be subjugated.
I think what happened in that moment was something was trying to take over Clayton, and I prevented it, and it got pissed, and it came after me.
Yeah.
I literally think that that's what happened.
And like I say, my perspective is the narrative one. That would track.
But why did it follow me is something I don't understand. Nothing happened in my house. Like, nothing was moving. I wasn't being attacked. It was only in my dreams. But it was so bad, man. It was so bad. And I would see it all the time. Like, it's engraved in my brain.
It's like a fixation.
I don't know what it was, man, but I can tell you right now that I can 100% say that I was under demonic oppression, 100%. 100%. And I feel comfortable now that I know that it would never happen again.
Yeah.
I was very vulnerable and very naive back then. I think a lot of people that get into the paranormal, they have the wrong perception of things. And that's why I tell these guys, just wait. Just wait till it happens to you, because it ain't fun. It changes the game, I'm telling you.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely the line I don't want to step across.
Exactly. You just got to be careful who you go with and what everybody's real intention is.
Yeah.
Because even though somebody may seem good, their intentions may be different, you know? And I believe
you might be accidentally bringing something there that messes things up for everybody just because you don't know what they're bringing with them.
And you don't have to say it. It's literally, I believe that communication with spirits is all done by frequency, intention. Because like Ouija boards, right? A lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to deal with those. Those are bad things, because you get the whole stigma from TV, right? It's all connected to demonic things. Technically speaking, when you hold a spirit box or you hold a voice recorder, you're technically doing a Ouija board, because you're communicating. You're asking something to communicate with you through a device. So it's all up to intent. If you go into somewhere with negative intent, or I want something to harm me or whatever, that may be your outcome. You might not necessarily know what your intention is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Clayton might have gone in there with the whole, hey, I heard about a portal to hell. And he might have really focused on that, not intentionally. And whatever it was, grabbed onto that and forced it out of him. I don't know, man.
Weakness of the spirit, yeah.
And if you saw that place, you never think it. Never. It was the worst experience of my life.
And it came out of nowhere. That's the horrifying thing about it.
And I want to go back.
Try to like dispel it just to...
I just want to just go back. I don't know. Something pulls me.
Everyone is compelled to go back at a certain point. It happened in Kelly's Bunnyman Bridge story. I think you guys mentioned it earlier. Cameron, she was compelled to go back.
We're always compelled to go back to Trans-Allegheny. But that's different. I mean, that's where it all started. And
God damn, man.
Dude, it's wild. There's so much more.
But I think we got a good, solid intro episode for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
No, folks, your ears do not deceive you. That is indeed snoring you hear. Long story short, Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Head vodka is almost too mighty for human consumption. But if you spray some red Mio in the glass skull container before consuming, you'll have the power of 10 Olympians before you meet with a quite unfortunate fate. Drink responsibly. And don't tempt demons. See you soon. And I think that's also part of expending whatever negative energy is just bullshitting, having fun.
Honestly, dude, like the reason why I do this, man, is like the thrill. I like being scared, but I don't at the same time. Like I don't want to be alone. Like I want to be safe.
You like being afraid, but you're
with
afraid
people.
of the
and that's why everyone loves horror. The comfortable distance to real fear.
Yeah.
It's tittillating, but you never want to go too far into it.
And it's the answers, man. It's the answers. Like I'm so involved in cryptids and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. Like I literally, if you looked at my phone, I binge paranormal podcasts. Like by me telling you that, like, if you continue, it's going to be something. Like, it sounds good and it's pretty good. Like, it really is. Like, our episode's probably going to be the worst one that you have, honestly.
No, but, you're my season finale.
But,
he said, God, I hope not.
But, yeah, dude, like, if you continue on, it's going to be great. And the more and more you delve into it, like, the sky is the limit, bro. There's so much.
No, I mean, this is also just the beginning of a collaboration. I'm going to be talking about you guys on shows, too. Every time I see a guest.
So many stories.
If you want to go with us, like that's totally up to you. You may not be about that life. Like, you might just be about talking about it, which is fine.
Yeah.
But if you ever want to go and experience something,
I think I'll definitely want to.
I would never put you in danger. Just put it that way.
Yeah. But you never know. And that would be something I would have to take into account.
But we would never let something bad happen to you. And just know, like, we don't do residential. I don't do residential because I've had bad experiences where people are crazy, but put it to you like this. We're so transparent. A lot of paranormal teams out there will tell you, I can get rid of this, or I know how to do this, or I know how to do that, or I'm actually, I have a degree in Reiki, and I'm also, what do you call those things? Demonologist.
Yeah, I'm a demonologist.
We're not those
Are you
people.
really? Yeah.
I'll tell you like this. What we do is we're paranormal investigators, and our job is to go in and document paranormal activity and to present you with that activity. And what you do with that is what you do
Entirely
with
up to
that.
you, yeah.
I cannot help you. I cannot get rid of anything because I don't know what I'm dealing with, but I can point you in the right direction. If I feel like something is demonic, I will reach out to your local church. Or if I think it's something elemental or ancient, I'll try to reach out to your local shaman. That's what I'll do for you, but I cannot get rid of anything for you. But what I will tell people is that if we go and we do an investigation at your house, the one thing that I will never do is I will never abandon you. If you need to call me, I'll talk to you, I'll help you through things. If you need me to come over, I will come over and spend the night and help you. So if you ever do go on an investigation with us and you feel like you need to talk to somebody after the fact, or you feel like something's attached to you, we will always be there for you.
Yeah,
to
you
call.
need to be available as a resource.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just know that, like, if you ever did really truly want to go out and experience stuff instead of talking about it, we will do that for you.
I'm gonna say right now, if I ever come to you and be like, I want to find out, let's fuck around. I want to find. Don't no. And you know, maybe in season 5 or 6 of the show, I'll be like, let's no. But
Because like you got Halloween coming up, so you got to do a live event.
that's true. We're gonna have to do something big for Halloween.
And our TikTok is fucking lit, bro.
Oh, I believe it.
You have all this. Invest in cameras.
And that is a point that I want to get to, is having, like, when I do have a studio, I will be recording this. And we'll do it in the exact same fashion. You know,
Well, you can even do it at your house, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, because most paranormal podcasts, they sound just like this, and they have callers that call in on like a hotline and leave a voicemail of their experience, and they just play that. And they're doing great. Monsters Among Us, #1.
There's
And
a
that's exactly what they do.
I forget what it's from, but
But TikTok, I'm telling you, especially if you go visual, TikTok is
I have
TikTok
some
is
ideas
fucking
for TikTok.
tragic, bro. It's like
yeah,
the downfall to humanity, but it's great.
it's gonna be really good. Tell the people where they can find you.
So our content, if you want to watch our full episodes, is exclusively on Paraflix Paranormal Plus. It's an app that you can have on your Apple TV. We have a total season 1 on there. Season 2 is currently in the works, but we do have like trailers and stuff like that on our social medias, on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and all you got to do is type in Project Paranormal or Project Paranormal TV, and you'll find us.
Yeah, I'll link it in the whatever text I have so that people can find it.
It's a triangle logo with woods and it's red, so
It looks
it's
dope as
easy to
fuck
find.
too. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm in like the heart of the operation, and this shit is so cool looking.
Yeah, I'm proud of it.
You've built a real mecca here.
It's just the
real
start,
base.
bro. It's just the start.
Thank you so much for having us on. It was a pleasure. I know I didn't get a lot of storytelling in, but we'll save me for next time.
No, you're still very distinct on there. The first of many.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, folks. We'll see you later. Now those were some frightfully fun stories. Howdy everybody, it's me, your host Danny, and I wanted to let you in on something special. You might have noticed that when I introduce the show, I say we are the Hometown Horrors Podcast. That's because there will always be at least 3 people in each episode. Me, the person who wants to hear a good story, the guest, the teller of a good story, and you, the listener, that takes that story and carries it with you out into the world. And we make up a special kind of trinity. We are the Hometown Horrors Podcast. And if you ever want to graduate from listener to guest, reach out to us via our handle on Instagram, hometown_horrors_podcast. Our email is thehometownhorrorspodcast, no spaces, @gmail.com, or via text or phone call at 571-358-8880, which FYI is not my personal number, but give it a ring. I'll get back to you, because if there's anything I've learned from doing the podcast is that everybody has a story, and that story deserves to be heard. On your #1 source for the most spine-tingling, gut-wrenching, insomnia-inducing stories around, the Hometown Horrors Podcast.